The order, the July 7th, 2021 Coralville Planning and Zoning meeting is now called to order. Can I get a roll call, please?
Wenman,
Here.
Wilson,
Here.
Wen,
Yeah.
Knutson,
Here.
Fessler,
Here.
Aaron's.
Here. So we have 6 members. Any corrections to the agenda tonight? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Fessler, second.
Second.
Second by Wynn. We'll now vote on approving the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Any corrections from the June 2nd, 2021 meeting minutes, yeah. No corrections. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the
So
June
moved.
2nd? Moved by Wedman, seconded
Second.
by Wilson. We will now vote on approving the minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Agenda item number 5. Public hearing request by John Brehm, Hy-Vee Incorporated, to consider approving rezoning from C2 Arterial Commercial to CPUD 2 Commercial Planned Unit Development 2 and a PUD-B site plan for Lot 1 Lantern Park 3rd Edition. I will now open the public hearing.
Yeah, go ahead, John. Sorry, confusion there.
Oh, you're good.
My name is John Brehm, Director of Site Planning for Hy-Vee, 5820 West Town Parkway, West Des Moines, Iowa. I appreciate the opportunity to be in front of you today. We are asking for a zoning change at our store here off of 20th, Lantern Park Plaza. The reason for that is to build an aisles online kiosk. A little background on this. Dave is sick of hearing this spiel, but I'll give you the background on this. It's Hy-Vee's been working on e-commerce for the last several years, and we've been able to handle it since 2015, 2016 by just using a few parking stalls in our parking lot and bringing groceries out to people as they order them online. It's called Aisles Online. You can place your grocery order on our app and schedule the time you want to pick up your groceries. We were doing fine with the 4 or 5 parking stalls, and we were working on long-range plans on how to handle larger volumes as this part of our business grew. And the pandemic, of course, changed everything and accelerated us about 4 or 5 years into the future as far as e-commerce is concerned. And so the first thing we did was kind of an emergency measure. We put a container in the parking lot, which I'm sure some of you saw. It was not the most attractive looking thing, but it got us through what we needed to do. We removed that and are working just out of the store now, out of the front of the store, and using a large segment of the parking lot where we're proposing to put this kiosk for fulfilling those orders now. We're seeing about 10% of our sales volume now going through e-commerce. So that's quite a big volume of stores. So our busiest stores are getting 900 to 1,000 orders every single day, and we're processing those. And what was happening was we put the orders in totes in the store, then they go into a cooler, and then we were also storing them in the front of the building. So you would go to check out if you're just doing your normal grocery shopping, and there would be pallets and pallets and pallets of totes in the way, just blocking everything. It was not a good scene. And then we also had situations, I don't know if we had it here or not, but situations in other stores and other parts of our trade area where cars were 25, 30 vehicles deep, blocking the front of our stores and getting out into public traffic. So we took what we learned from that mess, from that chaos, and we've been developing a kiosk to take care of these orders. So assuming that we can get approval here, what we hope to do is build a 1,200 square foot kiosk, materials to match the building, It's essentially just an empty back room space. It has HVAC, lighting, not much more than that. It looks nice on the outside. It's pretty Spartan on the inside. Orders are picked and processed inside the store. They're put in totes and sorted by how cool they have to be kept. So frozen items are kept in a tote with an insulated box and dry ice on top. Mid-temp stuff is stored in totes with frozen water bottles, and then shelf-stable items are stored in normal totes. Those are packaged together as orders, kept cool inside the store up until about an hour before a customer intends to pick up their order, and then they're brought out to the kiosk and stored in that space. That way, we have the ability to control traffic, so when the customer arrives, they pull up under the canopy at the kiosk, and our employee can load the car right away. We actually have 4 of these built in some of our busier stores now, and it works really well. Customers really like it. It solves a lot of the logistical and traffic issues that we've been seeing. I think that's it in a nutshell. I'm available for questions if you have any.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have a generic question, maybe better for Dave. Why does this require a zoning change?
I think we have some existing encroachment issues. Dave will be able to clarify it better. But
I'd probably be best to answer that. There's actually a number of reasons we need to rezone from a C2 district to a PUD. First, we have a drive-through facility, which is normally a conditional use. However, drive-throughs can also be addressed through a PUD process as well. This will be an accessory building in a front yard, which is also not allowed typically unless done approved through a variance process or through a PUD process. The front yard setback along 8th Street is only 21 feet, whereas 40 feet is the required setback. So we're actually cleaning that setback up as well with the PUD. And those are the 4 primary reasons why we need to do this as a PUD rezoning.
I will add to my comments that we've been working with staff for months now, and it's been a good back and forth discussion, collaborative, I would say. So we've got really good input from the city. So what you see in front of you has really evolved from what we first envisioned to now. It's a hybrid concept between what we envision and addressing a lot of the city's comments and concerns about traffic flow through this parking lot, about traffic flow through the kiosk, the way things look, and it's been a good collaboration, and just want to express our appreciation towards staff for taking the time with us to get through it. It's been a tough project.
You mentioned setbacks from 8th Street. Where the heck is 8th Street?
It's the back side of the store.
Yeah, actually to the north.
There's nothing going on back there with this, though, is there?
No, but this is actually something we identified as early in these conversations, that this property actually has, by zoning definitions, 2 front yards. We have 20th Avenue and 8th Street. So it fronts 2 street, it has 2 front yards. For whatever reason, that's deficient. By cleaning that up now and handling that through the PUD process, should anything ever happen to that building, they'll be able to rebuild in the same footprint.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to speak? I will now close the public hearing. Do I have a motion to consider recommending approval of the rezoning from C2 to CPUD2?
So moved.
Moved by Fessler, seconded.
Second.
Second by Knutson. Discussion. Anybody got anything on this? Think you answered all the questions?
I think from that discussion, we can assume the city people he worked with are supportive of this change?
Correct. We're supportive. We're continuing to work with Hy-Vee on the parking requirements and future outdoor sales on this site, but in terms of design of both the site and building, the city is satisfied.
We will now vote on the approval of the rezoning from C2 to CPUD2. Can I get a roll call vote, please?
Wilson,
Aye.
Wynn,
Aye.
Winman,
Aye.
Fessler,
Aye.
Knutson,
Aye.
Aaron's.
Aye. Motion carries 6-0. Do I have a motion to consider recommending approval of the PUD-B site plan for Lantern Park Plaza 3rd Edition?
So moved.
Moved by Wedman, seconded.
Second.
Second by Wynn. Discussion. Everybody good? All right, we'll now vote on the approval of the PUD-B site plan for Lantern Park 3rd Edition. Can I get a roll call vote, please?
Winman,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Wynn,
Aye.
Knutson,
Aye.
Fessler,
Aye.
Aaron's.
Aye. Motion carries 6-0. Agenda item number 6, public hearing request by Forevergreen Development LLC to consider approving the PUD-B site plan and final plot for Forevergreen Heights Phase 1. I will now open the public hearing.
Good evening. Caleb Smith with McClure, representing the developer. With us tonight is also Seth Moulton with D.R. Horton, who will be building the single-family lots in this plat. So if there's specific elevation questions on that, I'll probably defer to him, but otherwise I'll just do a quick run-through of this and then be happy to answer any questions you have. Tonight, the first phase here for this development is 115 acres. About 60-some acres of that are in future outlots that will come before you for further development down the road. But as part of the project that we're building, there's obviously going to be some parcels that will be sold to other developers that will be before you. But what is in front of you tonight is 89 units for this first plat, 51 of which are single-family lots and 38 of which are lot line lots. Plan is basically a direct copy from what you saw in the overall master PUD that was approved previously, and it's just specific to what is being built as part of Phase 1. This will include the stormwater wetland. That's kind of here on the outlot. I believe that's X, thank you. For this area, this whole first phase basically drains to that wetland, so that will be constructed as part of this first project. We will have 2 access points off of North Liberty, one on the south on Pendleton and one on the north where Forevergreen will intersect with North Liberty. Other than that, it's extremely consistent. We've been working closely with staff over the past several weeks to get us to this spot. I'm certainly happy to answer any questions you may have from our perspective on this project.
Hi, my name is Seth Moulton, 1910 Southwest Plaza, Shops Lane, Ankeny, Iowa, representative for D.R. Horton. We are planning on contracting or building the single-family homes in the community. We've submitted several elevations for the community. Understanding that obviously we have not built any homes in this area, we have a pretty diverse group of housing that we can bring to this community. You're going to see multiple elevations. Every plan has about 16 different elevations that can be added to it. That's outside of adding a 3rd-car garage. So obviously if you take that, that's about 32 different elevations per plan. And we have submitted several plans for this PUD. On top of that, there are several color elevation packages. So what we want is basically bring a very diverse group of housing to this area. So that way you're not seeing the same house over and over and over on the street. Other things, these renderings right here are showing 2-car garages. Any home that does not show a 2-car garage has the ability to have a 3rd-car garage. And generally speaking, if the lot will fit a 3rd-car garage, we will put a 3rd-car garage on that lot. Generally, it's a lot fit issue, but most of these lots will house a 3rd-car garage as well. On top of that, we hope to bring quite a bit of square footage along with our product. Right now, I know understanding that everything's getting smaller because costs have been going up. We are a large home builder in the United States, and hopefully our economy of scale will be able to bring more square footage to the area. So general price points wise, obviously we are market driven, but we would foresee pricing hopefully could be as low as the low 300s, upwards of the $400,000 price point range for this community. Again, we think there's a big demand for housing, big shortage, especially in the more affordable side of the housing, and obviously it's getting harder and harder to build. So obviously we hope to be a good neighbor and be able to build out this community.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
I will now close the public hearing. Do I have a motion to consider the approval of the PUD-B site plan?
So moved.
Moved by Knutson, second.
Second.
Second by Fessler. Discussion.
If I could just add, this project will include single-family detached residential homes. That'll be on 51 lots, 2-family, 0-lot dwellings for a total of 38 units. There's 5 outlots, as mentioned previously, approximately 67 acres set aside for future development. And there's a 12-acre lot for a city park on the south end of this. And there's 34.08 net developable acres in this phase for a total of 89 units. And we have an average density of 2.61 dwelling units per acre, which is low-density residential and consistent with the land use plan for this. This PUD-B site plan is consistent with the approved PUD-A site development plan. This site plan is really the Commission's, this next stage in review is really the Commission's opportunity to review and advise on the design of buildings and project elements. So what's been provided to you was the site plan, landscape plan, as well as many home designs for you to get a look at, to get an idea of the types of homes. All homes will provide a minimum 2-car garage and 3 bedrooms. Detached units vary between 1- and 2-story concepts. All 0-lot homes and 2-story homes with will have at-grade entrances and 3 different facade designs. I can move to that so you can get a better idea of how these will look. Having these at-grade entrances was a preference of city staff, having this versus a walk-up concept on the exterior of the front of the building. That is concept 1. Sorry, thanks for your patience. This is concept 2. And this is concept 3. Provided at the front table are the different color samples and color palettes that are going to be used on this project. No 2 houses are going to be identical next to each other. For the single-family detached units, 60% of those will be ranch. 40% of those will be 2-story units, and different elevation features will be implemented to create difference and variety within the development. And the elevations submitted for the single-family lots, I believe, included 57 different elevations for ranch plans and 88 potential different elevations for the 2-story units. And it was the Reagan floor plan, which include 3-car garage concepts. All lots that can accommodate a 3-car garage will have a 3-car garage home built on it. And this includes lots 19, 26 through 28, 40, 47, and 49. And in addition to the different elevations, you saw another requirement of staff, and something that the developer and home builder have agreed to is all stone will be carried around the edges of buildings 2 feet, which is just a nice finishing touch for this first phase. That's all I have.
All right. Any other further discussion, Mike?
So it sounds like maybe 10 of those lots are sufficient for 3-car garages?
Approximately, correct.
Approximately.
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions? All right, we will now vote on the approval of the PUD-B site plan. Can I get a roll call vote, please?
Wilson,
Aye.
Wynn,
Aye.
Winman,
Aye.
Fessler,
Aye.
Knutson,
Aye.
Aaron's,
Aye. Motion carries 6-0. Do I have a motion to consider recommending approval of the final plot?
So moved.
Moved by Fessler, seconded
Second.
by Wilson. Discussion on that? All right, we will now vote on the approval of the final plot. Can I get a roll call vote, please?
Knutson?
Aye.
Wynn?
Aye.
Fessler?
Aye.
Winman?
Aye.
Wilson?
Aye.
Aaron's?
Aye. Motion carries 6-0. Do we have any other things to consider for next month at all, Dave?
No, actually, we did not receive any applications for August Planning and Zoning Commission.
All right.
So as of right now, you may have the evening off.
Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Moved by Wynn, seconded.
Second.
Second by Wilson. We are now adjourned.